Yo, that's a tornado, bro. Look at it, look.
Now at 6, we are following breaking news from overnight where a devastating tornado hit central Texas. We'll take a look at the damage left behind.
Wow, look at that. 9 people dead after a stage collapses at an election rally in Mexico. And 2 flood disaster loan centers are closing today. Everything you need to know if you still need assistance.
You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
Good morning, everybody. So glad you're with us here. 6 a.m. on your Thursday, getting a little closer to that holiday weekend for many of you. Maybe you're off today. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Nada Rampur. We know by the amount of drivers you see in the afternoon, people start their vacations
even early this morning. Did you notice on the way into work? Roads already picking up out there.
They're ready. Okay, so here's your forecast for it all. We'll start a little different and then end completely different. So here's what's going on. We do have the cooler, cloudy weather upon us now, as you can see from that Del Mar view, overcast skies. This San Miguel Mountain looking out towards the west. The coast is somewhere over there. We are noticing, of course, a pretty deep marine layer extending far to the mountains. And yeah, we could see some drizzle with this today. We're cooling down today through Saturday. So Saturday morning when you wake up, there might actually be raindrops, a little wet out there, but not to worry. By Sunday, we'll start warming. High pressure will be in effect through next week. So next week's going to be pretty warm, including Memorial Day holiday. We'll get into those details in just a little bit. Let's get now to our top story here that we're following for you. The 2 remaining disaster loan outreach centers after January's floods will be closing this afternoon.
The Small Business Administration opened the centers in Mountain View and Spring Valley earlier this year, and CBS 8's Regina Yarita live outside the Mountain View Community Center now with everything you need to know if you still need assistance here. Regina?
Yeah, correct. And unfortunately, there is still a lot of people who need help. There are still families who are asking for additional information to see where to seek funds. So it's why the Small Business Association actually set up that center here at Mountain View as well as Spring Valley, but they will be closing today at 6 p.m. So SBA opened the centers to provide assistance to businesses and residents who were affected. But until the centers close, SBA customer service representatives will continue to be available to meet with businesses and residents to answer their questions, explain SBA's disaster loan program, and close or approve disaster loans. Although the deadline to apply has passed, small businesses and most private nonprofits still have until November 19 to apply for an economic injury disaster loan. So interest rates are 4% for businesses and 3.25% for private nonprofits with terms up to 30 years. So back out here, if you are interested or want more information, you can apply by calling their number or you can apply online. But again, those 2 centers, the one here in Mountain View as well as in Spring Valley, will close at 6 p.m. Eric Canetta.
Regina, thank you very much for that update. Hopefully people are getting the help they need. The parole hearing for the man dubbed the Pacific Beach Rapist in the 1990s is now postponed. Yesterday's hearing will be rescheduled because Kenneth Bogard's attorney called out sick. Bogard was convicted of sexually assaulting 7 women in their homes over the course of 2 years. This was in the early 1990s. The DA says the 66-year-old could qualify for an early release under elderly parole, but he's already been denied once in 2019. A new hearing date for Bogard likely will be selected within 4 to 6 months.
A new report this morning finds Imperial Beach waters did not meet state health standards in 2023. That's according to a new clean water report released by the Surfrider Foundation. The report says sewage flows into our local water at a rate of over 900 billion gallons per year. San Diego leaders have secured millions of dollars in funding to fix infrastructure in the Tijuana River Valley, but the Surfrider report says more action needs to be taken. Beaches in Imperial Beach have been shut down for more than 900 days. And this comes as San Diego County is now officially calling on the CDC and the California Department of Public Health to investigate the cross-border sewage pollution and its effect on public health. County Board of Supervisors Chairwoman Nora Vargas made this announcement yesterday. Vargas says the request aims to address the health risks and gastrointestinal issues associated with cross-border sewage pollution.
Well, for the first time today, you can give your opinion on the county's proposed budget for the next fiscal year. A community session starts at the County Operations Center today between 5:30 and 7:30 p.m. The $8 billion budget includes money to increase access to programs for those experiencing homelessness and behavioral health and substance abuse disorders. If you cannot make it to today's meeting, you can also leave comments on the budget at San Diego County's website. There will be a second virtual meeting next Wednesday, 6 p.m. The board will deliberate and adopt the budget in late June. Right now, there's a crisis at our animal shelters. So starting today, the San Diego Humane Society will be waiving adoption fees for 100 pets that get adopted. This is part of the 7th annual Gloria 100 adoption event, sponsored by San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria. After the first 100, you can still get a deal with fees for all pets at $25 and $10 for small animals. That promotion will last until Sunday. So the Humane Society is now more than 150% over capacity. They need these animals going to happy homes.
Yo, that's a tornado, bro. Look at it. Look.
Following breaking news from overnight here, people living in parts of central Texas getting ready to begin the cleanup process after a devastating tornado here. Here's a look at the Temple Mall. This is about 2 hours south of Dallas-Fort Worth. Lots of damage and destruction here. You can see scattering debris. There's broken glass all over the place. Crews from our sister station in Texas, WFAA, have been on the ground all night long. And here's Tiffany Liu in Temple with a look at the damage left behind this morning.
Yeah, the moment you drive into the West Temple area, you can really see the destruction from last night's tornado. I just want to show you what we're visualizing right now. These power lines are down. There's debris mangled around them. And if we come over here to my left, you can see that businesses are also destroyed. My understanding is that there's a donut shop here, also a spa, as well as a local mom and pop dog and cat grooming salon. All of it is destroyed. There are metal sheets everywhere, AC units on the ground, power lines down, trees are uprooted. People here are going to be waking up in Temple with a whole lot of destruction. Their emergency crews have been working throughout the night into the morning trying to recover, but it's going to be a long road until they do. In Temple, I'm Tiffany Liu.
All right, so yeah, really tough to see some of the damage and the destruction that's happening there in Texas. Things are a lot calmer here. We do have some gray skies to start off with, but not going to be too bad here today.
Yeah, you see this Del Mar view, of course, the overcast conditions, but I do want to get right to our weather radar, if we could, to show you what's happening now in Arkansas. So here you see this line of storms, and this was what swept through parts of Dallas-Fort Worth, through Temple, Texas, right outside of Dallas. And severe weather still in the forecast. As you can see, anytime you see a line like this in that, we could see tornadoes forming. So these are those downbursts or potential for downbursts where the winds come and just knock things over. So a lot of damage expected when you see this kind of weather pattern. So it's pretty dangerous through Little Bluff right now. Texarkana looks like that area of pink that you see right there along the 30. That may cause some problems for any of those neighborhoods. Let's turn now to our local forecast here, where you can tell, obviously, we do have overcast conditions yet again. 61 degrees. Humidity is up in the 70s. South-southwest wind at 6 miles an hour. Still onshore flow. In fact, that's going to pick up over the next few days. As our weather pattern now changes, we have troughing now that's taken place, and that's going to cool us down. 58 in Poway and El Cajon, 61 downtown, 59 in Chula Vista. And you can see, obviously, the cloud coverage is upon us. Although, there you go, there's hope. There's a little bit of breaking apart there of our clouds along the foothills. So it may be a little slower today to retreat back. The temperatures may not warm as much. Yesterday, I know, hopefully you enjoyed it outside with that sunshine for especially inland valleys. Eventually, the coast even got the sun. Today, you might not get much sun along the coast. Look, La Jolla 62 will be the high. Coronado 66, 64 in IB. Low 70s maybe for our hotter inland valley spots, but a lot of you will be stuck in the upper 60s for today. Let's show you what's going on with our roads this morning. For now, thankfully, it does not look like we have any major crashes, not slowing anybody down here this morning on the freeways. As we do know, later this afternoon, it'll get busier. So yeah, this crash on Meadowbrook and Hamishaw just got cleared. So I think things are fine there throughout that region. Drive times. Yep, no slowing going on. 52 westbound between the 125 and the 15 will take just 7 minutes. So people might be waiting later to the afternoon hours before they're heading out for the Memorial Day weekend. I know it's Thursday, but a lot of people starting early. Eric, I'll send it back to you.
All right, coming up here, the newly released graphic video of 5 Israeli women being kidnapped by Hamas. Terrifying images out of Mexico after a stage collapses at an election rally. And today kicks off one of the busiest Memorial Day travel seasons ever recorded. What you need to know before you head out on the roads.